Praise God, guys. How are you doing? It's Jane Juguna here, and I'm back again. And as always, I'm grateful to God for all these opportunities, and thank you guys for your support. Today, I have a very special and interesting topic. I would want us to talk about weaning. Yes, weaning is the stage where you start introducing solid foods to your baby. As you know, guys, for the first 6 months, the baby should exclusively breastfeed. You should not feed them anything apart from milk. And that's why it's important as a mother. You should drink plenty of fluids, water, soup, uji, and also get to eat a lot of meals and balanced diet meals, because the nutrients you get inside your body, you transfer that to your kid through the breast milk. So guys, don't be tempted. I know at times you feel so tempted to give them water, to give them yogurt, or uji. Just be patient, because after the 6 months you will enjoy the journey. So you get when you start weaning your kid, you always have to, there are 3 signs that makes you know that the kid is now ready to eat. If the kid is able to sit down, they are able to hold their head steady. If a kid is able to coordinate between his eyes, hands, and mouth, if he's able to pick something and put it in the mouth, that's a good sign and a signal that the baby is ready to feed. So guys, when you start feeding, when you start weaning, please note that kids, it's a new thing you're starting in their system. Their stomach is still small, so you don't start with a lot of force. You just do it gradually. Eventually they get used to it. So you start with small foods, uji, maybe twice per day, once per day when you start weaning them. And always ensure, guys, if your kid ukimpea maybe uji or a certain type of food, if they spit it out, please don't force them to eat that kind of food. Give them time, introduce it again, keep trying. This is a new process for them and even for their bodies. So you have to be very patient. You have to understand your kid. This is a stage you need to be there for your baby. If wamekata, give it time. If you give them uji for the first day, they refuse, don't give up. Give it time. And always, as you're weaning, you should always don't see as though breastfeeding imeisha. You have to continuously breastfeed your kid, maybe up to 1+ years. Yeah. So be patient, be understanding to your kid. It's a new thing, it's a new journey that needs patience. So today, guys, I want us to talk about the different kind of utensils we can use for weaning. Yeah, let me start with my first one. My first utensil that I have is a cup. Basically, when you're looking for a cup, always look for things that are appealing. Primary colors are good. They help a child recognize, wow, this is a cup. Whenever you come carrying the cup, this maybe a certain, whenever you come carrying this, they always identify, it's time for uji, it's time for this. So get some appealing colors and always look for something that is durable, good plastic that does not conduct heat, in such a way that when you put a hot thing, it won't shrink. So always look for good quality. I have varieties of cups, different colors, just for, they are good, they appeal, and the kid gets to identify, oh, this is a cup, and mommy uses a cup to feed me uji. So they are psychologically prepared and ready when they see this. Another type of cup that I have is this. I call it a storage cup. I always use it with yogurt or uji, because it has tomonyoni. So this one easily flows. If you put yogurt, it will easily flow, so the kid will not have to keep sucking. So when you're traveling, you can use it to feed your kid with yogurt. You can carry uji that is not so thick, and you can give them, and you see the advantage, it has handles, so the kid is able to feed himself. Atashika tu anajifeed. Yeah. Another important thing and an essential is this we call a feeding bottle. Mine is from Aventis Philips. If you're able, they are good quality feeding bottles. If you're not, always look for, if you can't afford it, always look for durable material, plastic, and always ensure that your monyonyi has these markings. And these markings are there for a reason. They are there for you to gauge the feeding progress of your baby. If maybe you left the milk at 180, if it goes down to 40, that's a plus for your kid. You get to see the progress of their feeding.
Mommy, open.
Okay, give Baba to open for you. Good. So guys, another kind of utensil I have is, I have different varieties of bowls. And always, as I said, guys, always look for something appealing. It makes a kid to have that cognitive recognition. Wow, that's a cup. That's a plate. A plate. When I see a plate, it's time for food. So they get to recognize that. That's why it's important to get colorful, appealing utensils. So a cup. So this is a bowl. You use it for putting uji. There are some who prefer putting uji in the bowls, and you use a spoon to scoop the uji, or you can use the cup for uji. And always remember, guys, when you start weaning, you should not feed your baby with uji immediately like this. They are not able to drink. It's a skill that is gained as the kid grows on drinking straight from the cup. So always use a spoon to scoop uji or whatever, maybe yogurt or whatever liquid you're giving your baby. Another kind of utensil I have is, as always, a spoon. Good quality materials. A plastic spoon that does not conduct heat is good, because you don't want to feed your kid with plastic things and then they are conducting heat and the kid will get burnt. So look for good quality. We have kid friendly spoons, and they are very good, and they are available in almost every store, some are baby shops. Another kind of utensil I have is a baby fork. This one is very good when you're feeding your baby with on fruits, and it also gives them that confidence of learning how to feed themselves with a fork. So you'll find when you're feeding them, actually they also want to feed themselves. So you'll just give them this. It's baby friendly. It's a small, the teeth are very small and not so sharp. So you use this when you're giving them fruits, and always remember to cut those fruits into small pieces. If there are any seeds in that fruit, like a watermelon, you have to remove the seeds. If you are feeding them with grapes, that one I have a different utensil when you want to feed your baby with grapes before they are able to feed the whole grape on their own. So, and it's the next thing I have. We call it a fruit pacifier. So it's lockable. That's one advantage. Another advantage of this, it has a handle, so you can give your kid to hold it. You know, you don't have to keep feeding them. Now they have to learn to be independent. So you give them this and they will feed it. They will feed on themselves. So what you normally do, you open this and then you put the fruits here. When you put the fruits, you close and give this to the baby. They will suck, they suck the juice. After it's done, you will just open, remove, and put another fruit. So this is very good when you start weaning at from 6 months, 7 months, but eventually they will outgrow this, because eventually they will be feeding on themselves. You give them a bowl full of fruits, they'll just eat. Ama they just scoop with a spoon, you know. Always give them that freedom to, if you see your kid wants to feed themselves, give them a slight, you know, allowance to feed themselves. It helps them gain that independence. Another thing, guys, I know and we all know we should have is a feeder, a baby beep. You know, the one you tie around the neck so that it gets messy when you're feeding your kid. So when you use that, it prevents the mess going onto the clothes, because you don't want always to keep changing clothes. So a baby feeder is good, and always get a wipe, a small towel to wipe their mouth as they are feeding. I hope that was informative. I have one more utensil. Let me just get it. The utensil that I'll cover for today is this. It's a masher. where you mash food for your baby. It's always advisable and important. Don't blend so too much, don't blend for so long for your baby. Blending always break fiber in food, and that will not be beneficial for your kid. Always mash food. I always use this to mash my baby's food. Well, at that time, because he's now graduated to eating even our food, so I always used to use this for mashing. And always ensure when you're mashing food, the food is not hard. Always ensure when you're cooking, the food has some considerable amount of soup, and that way it's not hard, and it might cause issues with constipation, and you don't want that for your baby. So mash. If you want to blend, just blend for just 1 month. 1 week after you introduce. After 6 months, maybe for 1 week, until you see the baby has now adopted has now accepted solid foods, then you can mash. But just blend for kidogo time. Whatever we advise you to blend is fruits. They can take it as juice, but blend only for 1 week, just for the baby to adopt the food. Now blend sana, kidogo tu. And when you're feeding, always ensure to check for big lumps. Then you can break them, or you can mash them with a fork. But this one is good. So thanks guys for your support. I hope that was informative. Please, if you're watching this and you've not subscribed, I'm just requesting you to just hit that subscription button, and we shall all be blessed together. Thank you this far. I just thank God. Thank you so much, and bye. We see you in part 2, where we discuss the different types of foods. Now maybe uji, yogurt, when to do yogurt, when to do proteins. Yeah. So thanks guys, and bye. This is my son who is disturbing me a lot. Say hi. Say hi, Israel.
Hi.
Hi. Where is the cup? Show me the cup.
Yep.
Where is the cup? This is a plate. Plate. Is the cup? Cup. No, that's a plate. Cup. Here is the green cup. Green. Good. This is a green plate. And where is the green cup? Good. And where is the fork? Good. So bye guys. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Say subscribe. Subscribe. Good.